Have you ever sat down to learn something, and even after an hour, nothing really sticks? Maybe you highlight every line. Maybe you rewrite notes over and over. Maybe you watch a full lecture and still feel like you didn't actually learn anything. And the worst part? You start thinking something's wrong with you. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I just don't have a good memory, I guess. Other people are naturally better at learning. Used to believe that too, but over time, I realized something. Most people aren't bad learners. They're just using a method that was never designed for the way the brain works. In this video, you're going to learn the method schools won't teach, but should have taught from the very beginning. A method that helps you learn faster, remember longer, and actually understand what you're studying. Method 1. Learn by doing active recall. Think about the last time you reread a chapter. You probably felt productive, right? Highlighters everywhere. Texts looking colorful. But the moment someone asks you, so, what did you learn? Everything suddenly goes blank. That's because rereading feels good. But it does almost nothing for memory. Mini example, when I was preparing for an exam a few years ago, I stopped highlighting and started doing tiny quizzes after every section. My scores jumped without studying longer, just studying differently. Method to break it up: spaced repetition. Another thing schools never explain is that your brain forgets in a very predictable way. If you learn something today and don't review it, your memory drops almost completely within days. But if you review it right before you're about to forget, the memory becomes stronger. Mini story: Japanese students preparing for language exams. Commonly use spaced repetition flashcards. They spend less time studying overall, but remember far more vocabulary than people who cram. Method 3. Explain it like you're teaching the Feynman technique. If you really want to see whether you understand something, try explaining it without using complicated words. Mini example: when I was learning programming for the first time, I pretended I was teaching it to a 10-year-old cousin. Every time I got stuck explaining something, I realized it was something I didn't fully understand yet. Method 4. Build a mental map, chunking, and connections. Most students try to memorize isolated facts, but the brain is a meaning machine. It remembers patterns, relationships, and stories, not random details. Mini example: when learning history, instead of trying to remember 20 events, you tie them under one theme: economic causes, political pressure, social change. Method 5. Learn slow to remember fast, deliberate pace. Instead of rushing through a chapter and understanding nothing, you read slowly, pause often, and ask simple questions. Why is this important? What is the main idea? How would I use this in real life? Pitfall 1. Thinking it should feel easy. Real learning feels uncomfortable. If a method feels effortless, that's usually a sign it isn't working. Try this today. Pick one topic you're learning, close the book, and try to recall the main points without looking. If you found this helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe if you want more simple, honest learning guidance, and I'll see you in the next one.